since I last made any sort of content for this channel. Um, and for the most part, I've been really good. But yeah, nah, I haven't made any content on this channel for 11 months, and it mostly started out because of not having necessary equipment in order to do things, and also me not putting an emphasis on wanting to get the equipment that I needed. But also at the same time, I was getting really fed up with social media, mostly because I've had 4 times where Twitter has taken down my boxing Twitter account. And I started to realize that this was mostly on Twitter wanting to censor people when it comes to criticizing specific fighters in boxing. So anytime I made a new account or I wanted to get back into the groove, not my channel, but my account would get flagged. And I was trying to figure out, why is my Twitter getting flagged so much? And not to mention that I would put a lot of pressure on a lot of boxing quote unquote journalists. I put a lot of pressure on, specific fighters and their fan bases. And then I started to realize that, having Twitter is such a very useful tool, but I don't want to be involved in putting my boxing content on Twitter if Twitter can't handle me having, a conversation about why I should be able to speak the way I want to. But of course, there's a lot of censorship when it comes to dealing with Twitter. So it kind of discouraged me from wanting to talk more when it came to putting things onto, the internet. And I've slowly started to see more and more how YouTube has shaped its censorship policy. A lot of the brothers in the LDBC have done a lot of Patreon, and they've moved to other platforms where, yes, you would have to subscribe to, content, but at the same time, they could speak more freely. And that's something that I do endorse. I think that if your message is being censored in a way and you're talking about things that have a lot of traction and they make a lot of sense, but if they piss off specific people, then yes, you have every right to move to a platform where you can speak more freely. I haven't made that decision just yet. And right now I sit at about a little under 900 subscribers, which is nothing compared to what having 900 subscribers, 2 to 3, maybe, and even 5 years ago would do back when I made this channel. But my Twitter was doing extremely well, and I kind of lost all that traction. So that pissed me off. So I'm going to do my best to kind of, speak my mind freely and talk about things, and on a range of topics, not just boxing. Because I've watched, boxing, but I haven't watched it as much as I used to, because it just is, it's not a sport right now that is, garnering enough attention for me to pay more attention to it. But I would love to get back to doing a lot of that, the way that I was following boxing, a couple years ago. But I still read articles. I still watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Every here and there, I'll comment. And I'm going to try to be more engaging in the community now that I want to put more content back onto the internet. So for me, I'm really looking forward to trying to make sure that I can wiggle around, a lot of these new rules that YouTube has placed, and hopefully, for the most part, be able to upload content. So use your voice and drop any topics that you want me to speak on in the comment section. And of course, it would be very appreciative if you can like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, share videos if you have to. If you see a video that you want me to take a look at and make a response to, feel free to drop that video into the comment section. If there's specific topics that you want me to cover or talk about, just drop them in the comment section, and I'll be able to go through a lot of that. And kind of, do my best to kind of, rebuild the content, put content back on the channel, and continue to give my perspective on things. So I'm going to do my best to do that, and hopefully, we get a lot of interaction going.